Have you ever bitten into a chicken wing that promised crispy heaven, but delivered a chewy nightmare instead? You know the kind, where the skin sticks to your teeth like it's glued there, and the flavour is so flat it makes you question why you left the house at all. I get it, because that's exactly what happened to me last summer on a whim of a road trip. I'd always thought fast food wings were a safe bet, something quick and satisfying after a long drive. But one too many disappointing bites had me pulling over, staring at a greasy bag, and wondering if there was any hope left in this world of drive-thrus and takeout boxes. That's when I decided enough was enough. I couldn't keep wasting quarters on duds, so I mapped out a plan. Hit up 15 of the biggest fast food spots across a few states, order their plain wings, no sauces to hide behind, and rank them from total flops to the ones that actually make you smile. It wasn't glamorous. Think sweaty car seats, crumpled napkins everywhere, and a stomach that protested by mile 200. But by the end, I had answers. Real ones, based on texture, flavour, freshness, and that all-important crunch factor. And today, I'm sharing the hard truths, the 5 wings you should dodge like a pothole on the highway, and the 2 that are worth every penny and calorie. Stick around, because some of these picks will flip your expectations upside down, and by the time we're done, you'll know exactly where to point your wheels next time hunger hits. Let me take you back to how this all started, because context matters when you're talking about something as personal as fried chicken. Growing up, wings weren't just food, they were events. My family would pile into the old station wagon on Fridays, heading to the local spot where the air smelled like oil and spice, and we'd laugh over baskets piled high, sauce dripping everywhere. It felt special, like a reward for surviving the week. Fast forward to now, and it's a different story. Every corner has a sign flashing hot wings or wings, wing specials. And with apps delivering straight to your door, it's easier than ever to grab a batch. But here's the catch. Easy doesn't always mean good. Prices creep up. $10, $15 for a handful. And yet half the time, they arrive soggy or bland, like they were forgotten in the back. I started noticing patterns on social media, people venting about their latest letdown, and it hit me. We're all in the same boat, chasing that perfect bite but ending up with soggy regrets. So, I turned it into a mission. Over 2 weeks, I crisscrossed from city diners to highway stops, keeping notes on everything. How the skin held up after a 10-minute drive, if the meat pulled clean off the bone, the subtle hits of salt or pepper that made it sing. No fancy equipment, just my taste buds and a timer. And what I found? It's not always the flashy chains that deliver. Sometimes, the real winners hide in plain sight. But first, let's talk about the pitfalls, the 5 wings that aren't worth the detour. These are the ones that left me shaking my head, wishing I'd stuck to fries. Starting at the very bottom, the one that set the tone for every nope that followed. Little Caesars. You might know them for those cheap, cheesy pizzas that hit the spot on a budget night, and honestly, they do that part right. But wings, steer clear. I pulled up to a location mid-afternoon, ordered a flat dozen, and when they handed over the box, they looked almost okay. Deep brown, like they'd been kissed by the fryer just right. But one bite in, and it was clear. These had been lounging under a heat lamp for way too long. The skin turned chewy, pulling like taffy, and the meat underneath was tough, fighting every chew like it held a grudge. Worse, they weren't even warm. Straight room temperature, as if they'd been waiting for me since breakfast. I timed it, from counter to first bite, under 5 minutes. And still, no heat. Flavour-wise, it was a blank canvas, just faint chicken notes drowned by that overcooked edge. If you're craving pizza, fine, grab a large and call it a day. But adding wings? It's like pairing a steak with soggy bread. Why bother? This spot ranks dead last because it proves even reliable names can drop the ball on side hustles. Lesson 1. Don't assume the main act carries the extras. Shifting gears just a notch but still firmly in avoid territory, we hit number 4 on the dodge list, Buffalo Wild Wings. Now, this one stung because their whole vibe screams wings, sports bars blasting games, walls lined with sauce bottles like trophies. I figured if anyone nails it, it's them. Pulled into a strip mall spot around lunch, ordered plain to keep it fair, and got the classic sides. Celery sticks and carrot chunks, crisp and fresh, which was a small win. But the wings, dried out like they'd been on a desert hike. The skin had a hint of crisp, sure, but it veered rubbery quick, sticking unpleasantly without that satisfying snap. Inside, the meat surprised me, moist, not stringy at all, which earned a half point. Yet the flavour was whisper quiet, barely a pinch of salt to wake it up. These are built for drowning in buffalo sauce or honey garlic. Naked, they flop hard. I even waited 15 minutes post-pickup to mimic a real meal, and they didn't improve. Takeout version especially. Skip it unless you're eating in and saucing heavy. It's a reminder that branding doesn't fry the chicken for you. Next up, another pizza player that shouldn't surprise but still does. Papa John's, clocking in as number 3 to skip. These looked promising at first glance in the bag. Meaty flats and drums, not too dark, like they might have some life left. And compared to the bottom dwellers, the meat did taste more like actual chicken, milder and less overdone. But that dark hue hinted at the issue. Same old heat lamp blues, leading to a chew that's more work than reward. No real seasoning punch, just basic salt that fades fast. It's not a total disaster. You could pair it with a pizza if someone's watching carbs and skips the crust. But why? Better options exist even among pizza joints. I ate these parked by a park, hoping fresh air would help. But nope. They sit in that meh zone where they're edible but forgettable, pulling you away from what the chain does best. If wings are the goal, drive on by. Domino's slides into the number 2 avoid spot, and this one almost broke my no assumptions rule. I braced for the worst, figuring it'd echo Little Caesar's flops, but it edged ahead. Just. Flavour caught me off guard. A smoky whisper on the skin, garlic and pepper woven into the meat, subtle but there. Ate one by the dashboard light, and for a second, it felt like potential. Then the texture crashed the party, gummy and chewy, like the breading trapped steam instead of crisping up. It's a shame because that taste deserved better cooking. Not awful, and here's a wild take. These outshine their own pizza, which, let's face it, shines more reheated than hot. Still, you won't detour for them. They're the settle if you're already their pick, but in a world of choices, settling isn't the move. Rounding out the top 5 to dodge is Wingstop at... Wait. No, hold that thought. I'll circle back because this one's a twist. Actually, before we bury more, let's talk the full picture from my road logs. I tested these against 10 others that range from, okay, in a pinch, to Maya, pull over now. Checkers, or Rallies, depending on your zip code, brought real crunch at last, simple salt and pepper letting the chicken shine, though it lacked deeper moisture. Pizza Hut shocked with clean, crispy, unbreaded wings, better than KFC's, thanks to shared parent vibes but fresher execution. KFC itself? Greasy nostalgia hit, with spot-on seasoning but sour oil notes that soured the deal. B&BQ chicken aced the bone pull test, twist and slide, meat cooked through, and held crisp under heat lamps, spicy plain style building heat, slow. Bonchon, the Korean heavy hitter, had bubbly, shattering crust but zero seasoning naked, tanking it without glazes. Popeye's crushed with tender, spicy breading that travelled well, passing the bone tug with moist glory. Atomic Wings wowed with brined, never-frozen local birds, steamed then fried on order for juicy purity. Nathan's Famous, yes, the Hot Dog Kings, delivered pure chicken essence, fried fresh, no sauce needed. And crispy crunchy chicken, gas station magic at peak freshness, but it wilted fast. Those middles built the stakes, showing what good looks like before we crown the keepers. But back to the avoids, Wingstop earns its steer clear for plain orders because, despite quality, the price bites harder than the wing. Now, flipping the script to the stars, the two wings that rose above the pack, worth hunting down no matter the miles. These aren't just survivors, they're the ones that made the whole trip feel like a win. First, the silver medal, the one that tugs at the heartstrings, crispy, crunchy chicken from those unassuming gas stations and corner marts. Years back, a random article hyped it as a sleeper hit, so I tried once. Decent, nothing more. But for this quest, I swung by a no-frills stop off the interstate, and timing aligned like stars. The counter guy fresh dumped a steaming tray, wings out of the fryer under 2 minutes prior. One chomp, and it was poetry. Crust shattering loud, juice bursting, chicken flavour so clean it reset my palate after 14 stops. Crispier than anything chain-forged, juicier than brined elites. I sat on the curb, devouring, traffic humming by, feeling like I'd cracked a code. Why not gold? Consistency's the killer. Let it sit 5 minutes in the box, and steam softens that magic. Under lamps, it's average Joe. It's a timing gamble. Peak perfection beats made-to-order spots, but volatility docks it. Still, if you're near one and see fresh signs, slam the brakes. This hidden gem proves gems don't need neon to glow. And claiming the crown, the all-around champ you can bank on every time, Texas chicken. Wait, Texas? The spot that's everywhere but flies under radar? Yep, our upset king. I hit a suburban drive-thru late, expecting solid but not stellar, and walked away, rethinking everything. The breading. Near perfect, crisp yet crunchy, shattering on impact without grease overload. Underneath, peppery heat tingles from seasoning alone. No sauce crutches. Pro move, pack your own hotter stuff. Theirs is tame. What sealed it? No single blowout category, but seconds across the board. Made fresh on order, clean taste, briny balance, travels like a pro without wilting. Ate these on a park bench at dusk, sauce-free, and they held every note. It's the unified package, not the wildest wow like fresh, crispy, crunchy, but reliable knockout. After 15 grease marathons, tough meats, rubber skins, faded flavours, this one felt like care in every step. Giants like Buffalo Wild Wings tumbled on dryness, pizza chains split hairs on texture. Texas? It just worked every time. If you're plotting a wing night, this is your anchor. Winding down this road tail, it's clear the fast food wing world is a mixed bag. 5 clear misses that drain your wallet and spirit, from Little Caesar's cold chews to Wingstop's steep tab for basics, and 2 standouts that restore faith, like Texas's steady excellence and Crispy Crunchy's fleeting fire. What tied it together? Freshness ruled, on-demand frying beat, lamp lingers every round. Quality ingredients and simple prep turned heads, brining, local sourcing, bone tests passed clean. Surprises abounded. Hot dog joints outshone wing specialists. Gas pumps hid treasures. It's not about hype. It's the quiet effort that bites back best. My gut's full of notes, but yours. That's the fun part. Drop in the comments. Which of these have you tried, and does your local hero deserve a shout? Did Texas shock you, or is there a spot I overlooked? I read them all, promise. It keeps these quests alive. If this breakdown saved you from a flop or sparked a craving, give it a thumbs up so the algorithm spreads the word. And hey, for more straight talk food hunts like this, rankings, hidden spots, no fluff, subscribe and tap that bell. Your next bite starts here. Thanks for riding along. Now go grab something worth it.